All right, welcome back, everyone, on this lovely Monday. Good to see you all. Hope everybody's enjoyed the long weekend. Beautiful weekend here in New York. It's going to be a beautiful week, and we are in the thick of the new month of August. And you know what? It's turned out to be a pretty good week so far. Going into this weekend and this Monday, a lot of good moving stocks out there. Hopefully, everyone got caught a little piece of this SNGX. What a nice little runner. My God. Of 52%. I mean, at 8 o'clock this morning was at right around $3. Made a big pop to 340. Look at that. 845. 3 all the way to 420. We're going to check on the level 4 on that one. It's beautiful. By the way, a couple of some buyouts over the weekend. Couple stocks that we've been trading on Friday are kicking in today. Looking really excited about that. So we're going to go from there. Anyway, regarding about what happened on Friday, market was down a lot on Friday. The tariffs started kicking in a little bit. You can just bring up here on the Dow. You could see that it's been on a pretty down swing here. A lot of support levels right around these numbers, but we're starting to get a little bit of a bounce today after some news that came over the weekend. But I always tell everybody, we've been on a sugar rush, okay? The market has not stopped going up all the way since April. We had a huge rally. Market going down is healthy because you need to know, is that's what builds a foundation. Remember, you got to go down before you could go up. Nothing goes up in a straight line. So if you got in a couple of positions or you're worried about some positions you have, maybe it could be some profit taking. I sold some stocks on Thursday, and I'm actually glad I did. Now I might go back and buy them back again, some of the brand name stocks, but like the Nvidia and the Teslas and everything else. But listen, we want to see it build a good foundation because some of us here lost some of that opportunity and wish we should have had those stocks a long time ago. There's always going to be a chance to get back into them. So anyway, regarding about some of the big movers that are going on, before we go through the watch list and talk about some of the stocks, I want to start talking about what we traded on Friday because we did have a couple of good moves out there. FDMT. Want to just bring that up there. That was a really nice little moving stock right there. That one ran from about $5 to $6.30. It was also it was obviously earnings announcements came out on the stock on Thursday. So kind of piggybacked off that. That one did pretty well. Was it RKT? That one also another earnings play right there. That ran from 15 to 16. That one was a nice little move up to 17, actually. She's still holding here pretty strong. The only problem I don't like about it too much is we are testing some major resistance levels going back in the middle of July. And, it's holding here, but spread's kind of ugly. Remember, did everyone come and see me on Saturday? I did a Saturday event with Tick Blaze. I don't know if everybody here came and watched. I know some of you were here. So I know some of you are asking me about the recording. If you missed it, we'll give you the recording on it. But yeah, I mean, what a great platform, the Tick Blaze. It has like the Matrix. I know they're going to be putting level 4 on it. But definitely if you get a chance to watch it, just like it, share it. And we were talking about some of the stocks that we did traded last week and on that platform. And what I did like about it is it did have that little matrix on it, but I'll leave that up to you guys to watch the recording on it. But like I said, we were talking about some of these stocks on that, and it was a pretty good conversation because even the CEO of the company was with me at the time. Sean was there, and he was amazed on some of the positions that we looked at. He's like, wow, you know what? My system found these stocks, so it was pretty cool to watch it. Anyway, a couple other stocks out there. MP was also a really nice little move. I like this stock. She's holding at the highs. She's at the 60, 64. She's just a little expensive. So we'll put this on the B list again. MP. Remember, day trades turn to swing trades, turn to long-term trades. Reddit. That one also had a big move on earnings announcements. That one gapped up pretty big after going down, but it is expensive. The one I really want to stress on, talk about is Jobby. Okay, so Jobby, I was telling you guys about this stock last week. I actually bought a lot. I'm probably gonna buy more of this stock, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so as a trader, if you notice, everybody noticed what was going on with the stock right here. This is called consolidation. We watched Jobby go from $10 all the way up to about 18, and then she's been hovering around 16, 18, 16, 18. Okay. So she's consolidating here. It never went down. It almost reminds me of the stock like ASTS. And I just happened to go flick through the channels in the morning. I'm doing my homework for all of us. I'm going through the financial stations, see what's going on. And it just happened to turn on CNBC, and the CEO of the company was on it. Did anybody see the interview this morning on it, on Jobby? I was dumbfounded. I'm like, Jobby's on there? I'm like, oh yeah, I own that stock. Anyway, they just made an announcement. They bought out Blade. Okay, they bought Blade. That's the other company that you see that here in New York, that does all the taxiing, stuff like that, the helicopters. So Jobby, I mean, for them to buy out a company like that, that is some big news. Then I was just listening all the stuff that they were doing, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm not allowed to say it. I'm not legally say it, but read between the lines. Jobby obviously has the all-time high on that stock is around 1850 right there, and it is holding pretty strong right here. So Jobby's going on the watch list again. But what's great about it is that we were watching it. My point I was trying to get to is this: as a professional trader, we see things, unusual imbalances in the market. And we just know that something's going on. We have our trading sense that kick in and like, the stock went up so much. It really is not going down. If people are shorting it and it's not backing off, that can cause a short squeeze. But when you start seeing stuff like this and like, you know what? Now I know what's going on. Main Street knew this was coming, and that's why I never went down. And it's not just Jobby, it's other stocks. And then all of a sudden news comes out on it. I'm like, you know what? Now now it makes sense. So anyway, put Jobby on your watch list, and just do not put Blade on your watch list because Blade's the buyout. So unless they figure out what the real number is on the price. But it's crazy. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this guy Blade really took a big hit. I didn't know Blade was trading at this low of a price range. Really hasn't gone anywhere. But good for Blade. Congratulations to CEOs. Now they're involved with a growing company. So we're going to put that on the watch list. Now listen, a couple other stocks we're going to put on there too. So we got this one right here that's moving up too, but I see, and she's starting to trend down a little bit, this PBM. So I'm not really a big fan of it, even if it is up 13 million shares. My God, this stock had a shitload of reverse stock splits, 2,500 last year. We'll put this on the B list. PBM, because she is up, 84%. Comms, I'm moving up pretty nicely. I kind of like this stock a little bit here. Nice trend. She just took off around 8 o'clock this morning, but she's kind of flatline right here. Great trend up on that stock right there. I don't know, almost looks like a buyout. I don't know. Put on the B list. COMM. This one just popped out of nowhere. Typical 9 o'clock. This is why we do our meetings at 9. BTBD. That one's going on that list. This one, big spike on the back on the downtrend again. I think they ran up just a little too much on that one. We know this one right here, SNGX. Anyway, if you guys made money on it, congratulations, and you probably should be done for the day, right? BTAI, this is another one that's been creeping up little by little. This is funny. We saw it on Friday. Friday made a big little move right here. She came back down. I'll put this on the B list. BTAI. We had that on the list before. Gyro, not interested in that one. Still up at 16%. Open was a fun stock. We had a lot of fun with Open. This stock was 45 cents, ran to $5, came back down. She did good on Friday. It was one I forgot to add on that list. She's moving up again today. That's what we want to see. Stock is still very strong. So Open is still going to be going on watch list. Let me go check on level 4. Let me see what's going on with Open. Open. See what's going on with Open. Yeah, we've got a couple of orders holding here, strong right here. $2.50, $3. All right, what else we got going on? 12%. This stock was another good one on Friday. She's kind of flatline right here. I think we're done. Newegg has just been an animal. Put this on the B list. That was a good one from last week. Remember that one? That one was beautiful. What a great run up. The thing ran from $30 up to $70. It's just a category 5. Okay, Ripple, this one's coming down. Still going lower. That was a crazy stock last week. This one is down. This one's down. No bottom fishing here. Nope. New York Stock Exchange. I didn't see that much out there in New York. There was the ZEPP. This one just keeps going up just doesn't stop. $2 stock, strong. But she's just a spreads ugly. You know, she's not a day trading stock. She's more of a swing trading stock. Wayfair, wow. Interesting. Wayfair made a hell of a comeback. Damn, $20 stock up to 70. How do we miss that one? Is it going to break 52-week highs? Yeah, Wayfair. There's Jobby. Jobby Plus, that's the ETF. It's weird how the ETF is on the New York Stock Exchange and the regular stock is on the NASDAQ. Is that funny? Losers. Boyle's getting crushed. PAPL. We traded that one. I think that pretty much does it. And those are the ETFs. And then obviously you got all the brand names. Tesla's making a nice little comeback. I sold my TSLL 3 days ago. So was at close to support levels around 10. I might buy it back here. Webull, Nuvo made a little bit of a push. That one got so crushed. And looks like it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. I bought a small lot of Nuvo right around 48. So I'm doing well. I might buy it back. I'll see how she trends. Palantir making a little bit of a comeback after taking a big hit. RTX, all those. All right, good. All right, traders, anything I'm missing? Wayfair had earnings, and that's why I did pretty well. Well, yep, you can see it right there when earnings came out, and that was a big pop. Thanks for sharing that, Lita. All right, traders, anything else before we go? Jobby's popping. I guess someone's listening to our conversation. Yeah, nice little pop on that Jobby right there. Beautiful. Big pop right there. Somebody must have came out. Listen, news probably come out on it. You might get somebody that did exactly what I did. They watched the news, and some brokerage firm could have just did an upgrade. You know what I mean? So, but remember, resistance levels at 1850. All right, traders, let's get, by the way, if you can get to see that interview, it was a really good interview. They had the CEO and they had, I think the COO of the company. And let me tell you, they had some really big plans. So it's, that's what you want to see, a lot of growth. All right, traders, let's get ready for the market. Open up about 15 minutes. If you're watching on social media, if you want to come join our trading room, I'm going to post up the QR code right there. There's our free live workshop. Just take your phone, scan that QR code. You can come and join us. We're here all day. Commentary. Cyber traders, you see something, you say something. We got a lot of great new members that started from last week and also on Saturday. If you're new here to Cyber Trading University, please make sure you booked your appointment. Talk to your education advisor. Make sure you watch those videos that we gave you. Don't buy anything that we tell you. You know, remember, you're just here to watch and see how the traders think for themselves, okay? And remember, don't judge us on our winners. Judge us on our losers and how few we have, because that's the big problem everyone has. It's not about the winners. It's the losers you got to take care of, and that's what's key. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere.